What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video, or welcome to the channel in general. I'm gonna get straight into it. I'm doing the top 10 most entertaining fighters in the UFC right now, and I'm talking about when these guys step in the cage. You want to see them fight, you're interested in seeing them fight, and their style just performs. It makes the fight entertaining, it makes your eyes entertaining. This is my personal list, of course. Of course, you guys will have your different opinions, and I want to hear it in the comments below. But first, before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment whatever you want. So yeah, like the video, subscribe. It's easy, it's free. Now let's get straight into it. First, this is not in any order. So I have Ilia Topuria to my right here. It's not in any order. So Ilia isn't going to be the number one most entertaining fighter. You guys can pick whoever's the most in order. But this is basically the top 10 most entertaining fighters. Guys, do I even have to explain this first one? Ilia Topuria is easily one of the most entertaining fighters in the UFC for multitude of reasons. First reason, knockout after knockout. Look at his last, let's say 4 or 5 fights. His last fight, Charles do Bronx Oliveira, goes up from 145 to 155, knocks out Charles Oliveira in an entertaining 3 minutes. That whole 3 minutes of him fighting was pure entertainment, pure just excitement. Your heart was racing. Knocks out Charles Oliveira cold, first one to do it. His fight before then, Max Holloway. Everyone was saying Max Holloway had the chin. He had the skills to beat Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria went out there, outboxed Max Holloway, outskilled him, knocked him out too. Also knocked Max Holloway out. Before that, knocks Volkanovski out in 2 rounds. This guy's pure entertainment. His style too is just satisfying to watch. You can just appreciate his style. He's well-rounded. Also, grappler. He's a grappler first, but obviously striking is where he's really good at. Before the Volkanovski fight, versus Josh Emmett in a 5-round battered Josh Emmett for 5 rounds. I think he even got one of the only 10-7 rounds in that fight. Battered him. He didn't knock him out, but he got really close and had like a 50-45, 50-40 type fight, 50-42 type fight. It was absolutely nuts. Guys, Ilia Topuria easily one of the most entertaining fighters ever. And even before the Josh Emmett fight, the Bryce Mitchell fight, that fight was just a back and forth. It wasn't even that back and forth, but Ilia just made it entertaining. No matter if it's him getting pressured by Bryce Mitchell in that fight, no matter if it's him pressuring Bryce Mitchell, he still goes out there and submits the grappler in Bryce Mitchell. Pure entertainment. Oh, and even before that, before the Bryce Mitchell fight, Jai Herbert at 155 gets knocked down in the first round, gets badly hurt, recovers, grapples, second round sends Jai Herbert to the shadow realm in one of the most spectacular knockouts in UFC history. Guys, I don't even have to explain why Ilia Topuria is one of the most entertaining fighters ever. And we also have to talk about his importance when entering the cage. We talked about him in the cage. Everyone wants to see this guy fight. So even before the match, he's entertaining. During the lead-ups, he's entertaining. But that's not that much what this video is about. It's mostly in the cage. But when he's in the cage, we want to know what's going to happen with him. Why he's important. Everyone's heart is racing. A very entertaining fighter. Next one. Tom Aspinall. Really no explaining here. A lot of these guys, there's no explaining. Tom Aspinall has an average fight time of not even 2 minutes. He finishes everyone in the first round. I believe he's only had 1 2-round fight against Andrei Arlovski early in his UFC career in like 2021 or something. That was the only fight that went to the second round. Tom Aspinall knocks out or submits his opponents in the first round, guaranteed. It's a 100% win rate, 100% knockout, or it's a 100% finish rate. My bad. With Tom Aspinall, you know you're gonna get a finish, and leading up to that finish in those 2 minutes, even though there's not much, it's still back and forth. Look at the Sergey Pavlovich fight. Tom Aspinall got hit, he recovered, came back, knocked out Sergey. The Alexander Volkov fight. Tom Aspinall moving around, just making it entertaining with his style, going back and forth with Alexander Volkov. Takedown submits Alexander Volkov. Curtis Blades fight. They're going back and forth for a little bit. Curtis Blade hit him with a couple shots, but that was it. Tom Aspinall got him back, knocked him out. Pure entertainment. As a heavyweight, he moves like a 145er. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, he moves like a 170er at a heavyweight. No, he moves even faster. He moves very fast. I see him moving faster than a lot of these guys at 155, in my opinion. Maybe that's just crazy for me to say, but he moves very fast. He's a cat in the cage. Pure entertainment by Tom Aspinall. When he enters the cage, you know you're going to get a first round knockout. And you guys are going to see with fights to come, with the Ciryl Gane fight that just got announced. He's probably going to knock out Ciryl Gane or submit him in one. And he's going to run the heavyweight division for a long time now. Imagine if he does lose to Ciryl Gane. That would be pretty nuts. But yeah, Tom Aspinall, easily. Hamza Chamay. Now, I know what a lot of you, daggy haters, which Hamza's not even a daggy, but obviously you guys fit him together. Hamza Chamay is easily one of the most entertaining fighters. And here's why. Look at every single fight in the UFC he has ever had. There's never been a boring moment. Hamza Chamay, his style is purely smash and finish his opponent, and he does it through wrestling. He's probably one of the only fighters in UFC history who's a grappler first, takes a person down and wrestles, who that the average fan will find entertaining, like, oh hell yeah, this guy's great. It's Hamza Chamay. Robert Whittaker fight, goes in there, first of all, against Robert Whittaker, takes down and submits Robert Whittaker in one round. Before that, Kamaru Usman takes down Kamaru Usman in the first round, 10-8s him. It was a close. It probably could have been 10-9. And then after that, a lot of people say, oh, he gasses out. That's also why he's one of the most entertaining fighters. Because the rest of that fight with Kamaru Usman was pure entertainment. Going back and forth on the feet and ending grappling exchanges. So entertaining. Fight of the night. Before that, Kevin Holland submits Kevin Holland in 2 minutes with grappling. His style of wrestling is very entertaining. And you're just simply a hater if you think it's not entertaining. And you just like to copy what other people say. Because I see a lot of people saying, oh yeah, a lot of these Russians, they're not even entertaining. They just go in there and grapple. This Russian goes in there and grapples. And it's pure entertainment. He's entertaining while doing it. Because he looks to finish, he looks to smash his opponents. And then when it's on the feet with Hamza, he brawls. He brawls and makes the fight entertaining. Look at the Gilbert Burns fight. Entertainment. Went in there, tried to grapple with Burns. He couldn't, or just didn't want to and didn't stick to his game plan. We saw in that fight that Hamza wasn't listening to his coaches. He was getting yelled at. But what did he do? He went out there, outstruck Gilbert Burns on the feet, made that such an entertaining fight with the fight of the night. Even before the Gilbert Burns fight, Li Jingliang goes out there, ragdoll, submits Li Jingliang in one round. Very entertaining. Now, we've talked about inside the cage. Let's talk about outside of the cage. There's always controversy, with Hamza Chamay outside of the cage. Will he ever fight? Does he even get to the fights? That's a part of his entertainment. Let me tell you, when Hamza Chamay and Robert Whittaker were locked in that cage, all of your hearts were racing. He had so much hype behind him in that fight, and when the bell finally rang, when they finally started the fight, it was just pure, your heart was racing. Everyone wants to see Hamza Chamay fight, even though he doesn't fight often. That's why he's entertaining. You know you're going to get a good fight, and it's basically people trying to see him get fraud checked. Look at the Robert Whittaker fight. That was a big thing. Oh, can Hamza really do it at middleweight? Pure entertainment. Hamza Chamay, one of the most entertaining fighters of all time, in my opinion, even. Manel Kape. Have you guys ever watched a Manel Kape fight? Because if you have, you know Manel Kape. His style at 125, he can be a really big star. I am very disappointed that he pulled out of the not disappointed in him. He got injured, but he pulled out of the Brandon Royval fight to a foot injury. He broke his toe. I think he broke his foot. That sucked a lot. I was disappointed in that. Manel Kape has had only entertaining fights. His last fight, I think, was against Azu Amabayev. Very entertaining. His style, when Manel Kape gets flowing, it's like watching a movie, really. You see this guy, he's talking. He doesn't even talk much in the cage. How he moves like a soccer player, like a dancer. if you're an average fan and you go and watch a UFC event and you see a Manel Cap fight, you're going to be, wow, this is amazing. Manel Cap will entertain anybody with his style. He goes in there and just like he flows. When he starts flowing, it's pure entertainment. He's bouncing back and forth. He's moving his legs. He's doing the Ali shuffle, his own little version of it. He's weaving shots. He's coming back with his own. It's so entertaining. He did it against Azu Amabayev. And before that, in the Bruno Silva fight, very entertaining. And before that, I believe he fought Muhammad Makayev. That was a close fight. That fight was not that entertaining. But the hype up to it, like outside of the cage, Manel Cap, very good trash talker, very entertaining guy. He always has something to say at press conferences. They need to get him on more press conferences, more main cards. I would love to see it. I love Manel Cap. I think he's a future, not necessarily the future, but I think he's the guy to watch at 125. He really is, and it sucks that he got injured. But I can't wait to see him in another top fight. He'll probably get another top fight, and it'll be a number 1 contenders fight, most likely. Or they might punish him, for pulling out, but I don't know. Manel Cap, watch him. Anytime a Manel Cap fight is on, you're going to be entertained. I'm telling you, you are. Another 125er. I'm sure you guys have heard of Joshua Van. I know I have. I've been telling you guys about him for a while. Joshua Van, only, I believe, 24 years old or something. I think he was born in like 2001 or 2002. This guy, pure entertainment. And the reason why is because he's a boxer. Just like Manel Cap. Joshua Van is a boxer, and he looks so good while doing it. He looks so good. And he goes in there just to scrap. And he doesn't just go in there just to scrap. He goes in there to dominate and win. Look at his last fight with Brandon Royval. One of the fights of the year. One of the fights, like, best fights ever at 125. In that 3-rounder, first of all, he comes in on 20 days notice. No. He came in on like a week or two, on like 2 weeks notice or something. He fought in the pay-per-view before that the same month, UFC 316. And then he fights UFC 317 because Manel Cap pulled out. Beats Brandon Royval, becomes a number 1 contender. He's probably going to be fighting Pantoja next. Sucks, I think Pantoja is going to beat him. But I believe I believe Joshua Van is the future champ. Watch him. Please go watch him fight. His Bruno Silva fight also, so good. Very entertaining. He gets finishes too. He pushes forward. He's not a guy on the back foot. He pushes forward. He's not even that big for the 125 division too. But he makes himself known in the cage. And he's slick. He's fast. He kind of reminds me of Peter Yan, just a more entertaining version. Don't come after me, all you fake UFC fans, about Peter Yan. I love Peter Yan too, but Joshua Van is just a more entertaining version. Not a better version, but definitely a more entertaining version and a different version of Peter Yan. But yeah, his boxing. He's a pure boxer in the UFC, man. He doesn't do anything else, and that's what I like about him. So, and we all know striking is where it's at with the entertainment. Joshua Van is entertainment itself in the UFC. And he only needs to be on pay-per-views from now on. So, yeah. I know this is a controversial one, but I'm going to say Morab Dvalishvili is in the top 10 of most entertaining fighters. And the reason for that is because look at his last 2 fights. Look at his last 2 fights. Were those not really entertaining fights? The Sean O'Malley rematch, that was so entertaining. And the reason for it being is that Morab makes the fights look competitive, but he also dominates. The Sean O'Malley rematch, it was a competitive fight up until the 3rd round, where Morab just took over, dominated with his pace, and finished Sean O'Malley. He got a finish, and he did it, and it was entertaining. He pushes a pace against people that is unhuman. Like, you'd think this guy's a god. That's crazy, but the Sean O'Malley rematch, he went in there. First round, I would say Morab probably got it. Second round, O'Malley got it. Third round, Morab pushes a crazy pace, grapples Sean O'Malley, submits him. I know he can be boring at times, the Jose Aldo fight. The Sean O'Malley 1 fight, but still, very entertaining. And now let's talk about the Umar Nurmagomedov fight. Now, I know that was probably just a stylistically entertaining matchup, and the styles make matchups, but I don't care. That was still such an entertaining performances and one of the best fights we've ever seen ever. So I'm gonna say Morab is in here. Now I'm mostly gonna go off of his outside of the cage entertainment, and that people want to see him fight. People want to see Morab fight, and especially now, he's the bantamweight goat now. I say he's confirmed the bantamweight goat because everyone is saying it now. Everyone has realized. Look at Morab's resume. He's the goat now, and now he's even rebooked to fight Corey Sandhagen, just 4 pay-per-views later after beating Sean O'Malley. He's a guy who's not afraid. He's pure activity. Activity is entertainment also. So I think Morab is he's there. He's entertaining, and I think his fights from now pushing forward are gonna be looking like the Sean O'Malley 2 fight. Very entertaining, pushing that pace, looking good on the feet too. Even look at the before the Sean O'Malley 1 fight, the Henry Cejudo fight. That was very entertaining. Watch that fight. That was so entertaining. Maybe it was just styles, but it was good, man. Even the Pierre de Jan fight, very entertaining. Morab is entertainment, man. And look at how he acts outside of the cage too. People care about him. He has a big social media following. And he works hard for it. He really does work hard for it. For his outside of the cage following. And we gotta respect Morab for that, and say that people want to see him fight, and people do. No, but here's the thing with Morab. No one gets really nervous when Morab fights, but I would say people care, and people are like, "Wow, this guy's crazy," and we know he's gonna win too. Dricus du Plessis. When has Dricus ever been in those fight shorts? I swear I've never seen him in those fight shorts. Was he? These his shorts for the Sean Strickland rematch? I don't know. Guys, Dricus, the goofy guy himself, he will make everything entertaining, man. Like, I think, just look at every single one of his fights. Now, the last Sean Strickland fight he had, Sean Strickland, it's hard to be entertaining against Sean Strickland, but Dricus did make that entertaining because he beat the crap out of Sean Strickland for 5 rounds and 5-0'd Sean Strickland. If that isn't entertaining, I don't know what is. Let's look at the Israel Adesanya fight. Pure entertainment. They went back and forth. Dricus' style, he pushes forward, uses his physicality, and then just, if he doesn't dominate, he'll act like he's dominating. He looks like he gets tired after the first round, but he's not. He has a very, very good gas tank, but he looks like he's tired while he's fighting. He just swings, he chucks, he jumps around in the air. He does backflips, spinning back kicks. No, he doesn't. He's never done that. He's a striker. He's a grappler. He knows how to kick. He knows how to punch. Watch his fights, man. The first Sean Strickland fight, very entertaining. The Israel Adesanya fight, very entertaining. The Robert Whittaker fight, very entertaining. The Darren Till fight, very entertaining. The Derek Brunson fight, bro. This guy makes good fights. He's a good champion, and people care about him when he fights. He has a huge following. When he's in the cage, and now from now on, he's gonna be fighting important people, man. This Hamza Chamay fight, I have Hamza. Where's he at? I have him on the list, and I have Dricus. These guys are facing each other. And they are going to be, first of all, I want to see a matchup between Manel Cap and Joshua Van. I would love to see that. But besides the point, I just thought of that now. I don't know how I just thought of that. Dricus makes it entertaining. You're like, what the hell is this guy doing sometimes? But he knows what he's doing. He's winning the fight. And that could be with him doing a 1-2 with a following up with a kick and then following up with a takedown. That could be him literally jumping in the air for no reason against Israel Adesanya. It doesn't matter. He's a finisher. And if he's not a finisher, he'll beat you in a decision and make it entertaining. Like, he made a Sean Strickland fight look entertaining. Very impressive. Guys, we got Gene Silva. Is this my last one? I don't know if it is. No, I think I have a couple more. Gene Silva now, I was hesitant with putting him on here, but I was like, I need someone to fill in the spot. I'm sure there's more entertaining fighters, more popular fighters. Gene Silva is not that popular. No one knows who he is. Outside of the UFC, if you're a UFC fan, no one knows who he is. But when he's in the cage, pure entertainment. And I'm going off of just every single one of his performances. his striking is so clean, and his confidence in the cage is like, is really like, I'm very curious how he does it. Look at his Bagdasarian fight, the fight he had before Bryce Mitchell. I forgot the guy's first name, but something Bagdasarian. Bro, that fight, he went in there. The fight looked fine, like it was just going back and forth. And Gene Silva's just talking the whole time, just swinging his hands in the air because he knows he's going to win. And he goes out there and just knocks down Neil Bagdasarian, points to him like, ref, are you going to do something? Beats the shit out of him, stops the fight. Now the Bryce Mitchell fight, I thought Bryce Mitchell was going to win. I thought he was going to out-grapple Gene Silva. I thought there was holes in Gene Silva's game, but no. Gene Silva went in there, stopped Bryce Mitchell's takedowns, talking to Bryce Mitchell, swinging his hands in the air, looking at the crowd, looking at Mauricio Huffy in the crowd, looking at his fighting nerd teammates in the crowd, talking, barking, pointing at Bryce Mitchell, hating him, bang, bang. Bryce Mitchell goes for a takedown. He ninja chokes Bryce Mitchell. This guy is very entertaining. And now he's going to be fighting Diego Lopez. And, that fight's going to be pure entertainment. There should be a counter of how many times I've used the word entertaining. But that's the title of the video. Gene Silva, every time you watch him fight, and even outside of the cage, he has a following as far as UFC fans. No one outside of the UFC knows who Gene Silva is. Not a single person. He's irrelevant. But he's funny. He barks a lot too. It's weird. But it's cool. And everyone likes him. He's part of, the full violence. You know how full violence is with their, I don't know. They're kind of, I don't know. I don't really like full violence anymore. But they have him and the Fighting Nerds signed on some contract. Gene Silva is just especially his confidence in the cage and how he knows he's going to win. And how his striking is just so clean and he has power. Like, it's crazy. Guys, we got Jack Della Maddalena. Now seeing him on the list, I kind of regret putting him here. But I'm going to say he's a very entertaining guy. I think he's going to be very entertaining coming up. I think the Islam fight, I've been going back and forth with my opinion on the fight. I think Islam will beat him. But I think, Jack Della Maddalena is so good. And I think he's one of the most entertaining fighters just purely because of his boxing, man. He just will push at you. He will push the pace, and his hands are so good. He's a top 3 boxer in the UFC right now easily. I really do believe that. Jack Della Maddalena, that Bilal Muhammad fight, very entertaining. He was going back and forth with Bilal Muhammad, but mostly dominating on the feet, man. And just, I think I mostly put him on the list is just because he's satisfying to watch. Just seeing someone with such control in their striking and such confidence and such good game planning. He has very good counter grappling, and he's just his boxing is so good. That Bilal Muhammad fight, very entertaining. Gilbert Burns fight, not that entertaining. Yeah, it wasn't that entertaining, but at the end he knocked out Gilbert Burns, TKO'd him. So Kevin Holland fight, even just put a pace on Kevin Holland, just outstruck him. I think that went to a split decision though. I could be wrong, but even in that Randy Brown, I believe, fight, knocked out Randy Brown, or did he submit him? I can't remember. Jack Della Maddalena is entertaining, and you guys are gonna see with fights to come. I think Islam will beat him. It's going to be very tough, though. And I'm not going to be surprised if he does beat Islam or TKO Islam. I do think Islam will beat him, and I'll say my reason why once the fight gets booked and I do my prediction. But even after that, I think he's going to be champion at 170 for a while. And his fights are going to be entertaining, especially with the matchups I see in the future. Like, who knows? What if he loses to Islam and then goes and fights Kamaru Usman? Or what if he beats Islam and fights Kamaru Usman? Him versus Shavkat is going to be entertaining. I think he would beat Shavkat. I think he would beat Sean Brady. I think he would batter Sean Brady. Bilal Muhammad rematch. I think he batters Bilal Muhammad. And I think even the Islam fight, he'll make that very entertaining and make it very competitive. Jack Della, he's him, man. Now, Yuri Perhaska. Is this the last one? Yeah, this is the last one. Do I even have to say why Yuri Perhaska is entertaining? Look at every single one of his fights. He's only lost to one guy, and that was the Poatan, the Boha. Notice how Alex isn't on this list? Because he ain't even that entertaining. I'm kidding. He's very entertaining. But I don't think he's as entertaining as these 10 guys I have down. Yuri Perhaska. Man, that Jamal Hill fight, I thought he was going to lose. Doesn't matter if I thought he was going to win or lose. Bro, going back and forth with his karate styles, with his hands down, with his head first. Let's just talk about the beginning of his UFC career. His first fight was against Ozdemir, Volkan Ozdemir. I don't think I said his first name right. It was against Ozdemir. He goes in there, goes head first. This is his first UFC fight against Ozdemir. Goes head first, takes shots, starts banging his head, yelling, knocks Ozdemir out. Second fight versus Dominic Reyes. Has a very competitive fight. He even got knocked out. In that fight, go watch that fight. Dominic Reyes knocked Yuri Perhaska out in that fight. But the ref didn't see, no one noticed, and he woke himself up when he fell onto Dominic Reyes. Spinning elbow Dominic Reyes to death. Glover Teixeira goes and fights Glover Teixeira, I believe, in his third fight in the UFC. What does he do with that fight? Very entertaining fight. I believe close fight going all the way. 5th round, submits Glover Teixeira. After that, gets injured. Alex Pereira. Entertaining fight for 2 rounds. Alex Pereira knocks him out. After that, Alexander Rakic. I thought he was going to get beat by Rakic bad. Goes out there, imposes his will. This is why he's entertaining. He imposes his will against his opponents, and I really do not understand how he does it. And he's not even that big for light heavyweight either. He walks around at like around 210 and cuts to 205. It's pretty interesting. I think he should go to 185, but that's for another day. And he has a future at light heavyweight. In that Alexander Rakic fight, close fight, getting kind of beat up on in the first round, but he just imposes his will, comes back, knocks Alexander Rakic out in the second round. Goes and loses to Alex Pereira in 303, but even when he loses, it's entertaining. Even though he's only lost to Pereira, it's even entertaining then, because he just pushes his pace, he imposes his will, and he brings a fight to his opponent. He's never going to be a guy who backs up, you know, so that's why he makes entertaining fights. And then the Jamal Hill fight, absolutely amazing. Both the guys who don't back up ever, both guys who don't back up a lot, especially Yuri Perhaska, they go clash. Yuri Perhaska knocks out Jamal Hill in the 3rd round, TKOs him. And even in every single second of the fight, it was entertaining. Just look at his style. And when Yuri Perhaska fights, you know it's about to go down. You really do. And then even outside of the cage, let's talk about outside of the cage. Big following. Everyone likes him. A bit of a weird guy in the sense. Not weird, but a very, what is the word? A very motivated guy in his goal. I don't think that made sense. A very, disciplined guy in his mindset. His mindset makes him entertaining. You know it's going to be entertaining. Big following, big fan following. Probably maybe the most entertaining guy on this list. Besides, you know, a couple people. Guys, that was my video. Top 10 most entertaining people in the UFC. I believe that was 10 people. I don't know if it was. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, just like the video, subscribe, whatever. Give me more views. Send it to your friends. Post me on TikTok. Comment your top 10. I want to hear your guys' top 10 most entertaining fighters in the UFC. I probably missed a couple guys, but it's hard making a top 10. I believe I could have replaced Jack Della and Gene Silva and even Jarikas with maybe 3 other more entertaining people. But hell, I think my list is pretty good. So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And peace out.